y'all, it's Lisa Charnay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to give like a little quick, not an update, but I guess a new lesson that I learned over the weekend. So for those of you who follow me on Instagram, and if you're not following me on Instagram, you should. It's at I_am_Lisa Charnay, and it's also in my description bar. But anyway, I posted a meme saying that I think it said whatever triggers you reveals like what you still need to heal from. And y'all, like, I posted it for others because I was like, oh, this is good, this is true. But I wasn't expecting it for it to come back to me though. And let me tell you, the world is so funny because it's literally like what you put out, you get back. Like, I didn't even realize that I didn't even realize that message was for me, basically. I was posting it trying to be encouraging to other people. I done came from my own net. So after that, like that whole week, I have been getting like tested here and there. So I'm just like, oh, okay. You know, that happens. Like, that's the crazy thing about healing too. You get, or maybe it's just because you become more self-aware. I don't know. But it just seemed like you get tested so often. So you'll notice like certain things like, you know what, I know this happened because of this. They wanted to see it, you know, I was going to handle it the same way I used to, whatever. So I keep track of things like that. So it was funny because all those events kept happening last week. So then Friday comes, and it's crazy because when I wake up, I always can tell when my mood, like when my energy is off, I can tell like what kind of day it's going to be. And that's how I felt Friday when I woke up. So I'm like, something about to go down because I ain't feeling good in my spirit. So long story short, I'm not gonna go into detail because I want to protect other people's business, but I got my feelings hurt basically. I how can I put this without airing too much dirty laundry? Basically I was hurt because I feel like this is a person that I still seek validation from, which I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. But basically it is like, it's a person that I care about their opinion of me. I care about the way they view me in general, basically. And I saw something on social media that kind of triggered me and reminded me of these feelings. So then I kind of started thinking negative thoughts and kind of just spiraled into, this person doesn't think I'm great. They've never said they was proud of me. They don't ever give me compliments. They don't ever give me, you know, encouragement. They don't ever, you know, like show me off. So yeah, it hurt my feelings basically. And I cried because that's another thing I'm trying to do. Like, whenever I feel pain and whenever I feel tears, like I just let it out because I always feel better after I cry. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm still trying to get used to, like, crying is just emotional detox. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. And it's going to happen in this healing process. That's how your body is just detoxing emotions. That's how you get everything out. You have to feel it instead of suppressing it. So I cried all the way home from work, y'all. And cried a little bit once I got here, back home. But after all of that, like, I had to really, like, and I went to look in the mirror, and I had to really just, like, say to myself, like, girl, if you keep waiting on other people to tell you how great you are, you're going to always be offended. Your feelings going to always be hurt. You're always going to be upset about something or triggered about something. Like, I have to get to a place to where, I'm going to say we not in this alone, okay? And it ain't just going to be me. We have to get to a place where we're not seeking validation from others. We're not waiting on other people to give us praise or positive affirmations. Bam. We're not waiting for other people to give us positive affirmations because we need to do that for ourselves. It's our responsibility. We can't count on other people to see the love in us, to see our talents. We can't. We got to give ourselves that encouragement. We can't wait for this man to see our value and to finally commit to us and give us love. We have to find that love in ourselves. We can't wait for our parents to tell us that they're proud of us and that we're doing a good job. We have to be happy with that, regardless if we hear it from other people. We can't wait for our friends to lift us up and brag about us to others. Like, we gotta do that. It's nobody else's job but our own. And that was a hard pill to swallow, but I had to, because like it's never like, one of the things I put under the post is that when we are triggered, like, it's always about us and our insecurities about how we feel about ourselves. It's never about that person. So, like, the biggest thing I could do now when I do find myself being triggered, I have to stop taking it so personally. And again, ask yourself, why did this bother me so much? And when I ask myself that question, I realize it's because I'm still lacking in that self-love area, and I'm still waiting on praise from other people. I'm still waiting on, there's still like certain people that I'm like holding on to, like just waiting for them to tell me, oh, you're good, you're this, you're beautiful, you're talented, good job at what you're doing. And I can't wait on that, because I'll just forever be, because what happens if they never give that to me, Will I never be happy or fully feel complete until I hear those words? If they never say it, then what? Or if they stop feeling that way. People are fickle. 1 minute they mess with you, the next minute they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be okay if everybody turns their back against you, you got to be okay. And you have to be able to stand strong and be confident in what you're doing. And however you feel about yourself is how people are going to feel. So when you get to that place of self-acceptance, nobody can deny that. Like, they don't have a choice but to accept you. And it'll get to a point to where nobody can tell you nothing. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody on the outside thinks or says. When you fully accept yourself and love yourself, then you don't need that outside validation. And that's my goal. I made a lot of progress, like I said, but that's another thing. Like, I got to get to a point to where where I stop holding my breath waiting on certain people to tell me things and support me and stuff like that, because it's gonna be a long road if I keep doing that. Like, I can make things easier on myself if I just get to a point to where I block everything else out, and just focus on me and how I feel about myself. I have to build myself up every day. Positive affirmations, they're important. You got to reprogram your mind, even if you don't believe it. Fake it till you make it, and just speak it into existence, even if you ain't there yet. Act like you are. Act like it until it's reality. Learn from my mistakes. And it's just something to think about, Start building yourself up and telling yourself how great you are and how proud of yourself you are, because you can't wait on others to do it. Even with social media, because that's another topic that I want to discuss too. But I feel like that's something I struggle with as well, because I feel like social media is nothing but seeking validation. Like, you post things because you want likes and comments and you want engagement, and it does make you feel bad when you don't get, any kind of attention on your posts. And I noticed that especially with my YouTube channel. Like, when I'm getting subscribers and I'm getting views and my channel's doing good, then I feel great. But then, like, if I post a video that doesn't do as good and I don't get as many comments, then I start, like, questioning myself and asking, like, am I good enough, or are people still interested? Like, I start doubting myself. And I have to be careful with that too. I can't place my validation on, how many subscribers I have, or followers on Instagram I have. So I'm just trying to find a balance right now. Like, how do I still post and share my gifts without being so caught up in, like, who's watching, who's liking, who's commenting. Like, I have to get to a point where I'm okay, like, just posting stuff just because it makes me happy, and not because somebody else is going to take interest in it. So those are things to ask yourself. Like, are you do you place other people's opinions higher than you place the opinion of yourself? Are you going to social media are you going to social media and posting pictures so people can tell you that you're beautiful because you don't believe it? Like, really ask yourself these questions and reflect on it. And if you are, then it's something lacking inside. Like, you have a void that needs to be filled by you. You're the only person. So I want you to ask yourself those questions, and if that's something you're struggling with, then you got to get back to, then you got to reprogram your mind. Like I said, fake it till you make it, and give yourself some love. That's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.